With Alan by her side, Zahara steps closer to the water's edge, the salty spray stinging her skin as she gazed out into the tempestuous sea. And then, as if in a trance, she felt herself being drawn beneath the surface, the cold embrace of the ocean enveloping her in its embrace. As Zahara submerged deeper into the depths, her body began to change, her legs merging into a shimmering tail, her lungs filling with water as easily as air. With wide eyes filled with wonder and fear, she realized that she had become one with the sea, a true mermaid of the Ethiopian waters. How the Ethiopian mermaid girl saved the village. Zahara loved to spend her days by the sparkling shores of Abydos, watching the waves dance under the warm Ethiopian sun. "Isn't the sea just beautiful, Grandma Elias?" she would often say, her eyes filled with wonder. "It is indeed, my dear Zahara," replied Elias with a smile, her weathered hands weaving a fishing net with practiced ease. "But remember, the sea holds many secrets, some of which are best left undisturbed." Zahara nodded. Though her curiosity always lingered, she couldn't shake the feeling that there was something special about the ocean, something waiting just beyond the horizon. And so, with each passing day, she found herself drawn closer to the water's edge, eager to uncover the mysteries that lay beneath the surface. One day, as Zahara and her friend Alem played near the shore, they overheard the fishermen chatting excitedly about their latest catch. "Did you see it? Sapphire," one fisherman exclaimed, his voice tinged with awe. There was something in the water, something unlike anything I have ever seen before. Zahara and Alem exchanged curious glances, their interest piqued. "What do you think it was?" Alem asked, his eyes wide with wonder. "I'm not sure," replied Sapphire, shaking his head, "but whatever it was, it sent shivers down my spine." As they listened to the fishermen's tales, Zahara couldn't help but feel a sense of unease creeping over her. There was something strange happening in the waters of Abydos, something that filled her with both excitement and trepidation. That evening, as Zahara prepared for bed, she noticed something peculiar in the mirror, a faint glimmer of scales adorning her arms. "Look, Alem," Zahara called out, her voice tinged with excitement and a hint of nervousness. "Do you see it? There's something strange happening to my skin." Alem rushed over, his eyes widening as he examined Zahara's arms. "Wow, you are right, Zahara. It's like tiny fish scales shimmering in the moonlight." Zahara bit her lip, her mind racing with questions. "Do you think it has something to do with the stories we heard today about the mysterious creatures in the sea?" Alem shrugged, his brow furrowed in thought. "I'm not sure, but maybe we should ask Grandma Elias. She knows more about these things than anyone else in the village." The next morning, Zahara found her grandmother Elias sitting by the shore, mending a fishing net with practiced hands. "Grandma," Zahara began hesitantly, "I need to ask you something." Elias looked up, her warm eyes meeting Zahara's gaze. "Of course, my dear. What is it?" Zahara took a deep breath, her words tumbling out in a rush. "I've been noticing strange things happening to me lately, like scales appearing on my skin, and I feel this strange connection to the ocean. Do you know what's happening to me?" Elias set aside her net, her expression turning thoughtful. "Ah, my child," she said softly, "it seems the time has come for you to learn the truth about who you are." Zahara's eyes widened with anticipation as Elias began to recount the ancient tales passed down through their family for generations. She listened intently as Elias spoke of merfolk, beings of the sea, with the ability to walk on land and swim in the depths. "Zahara," Elias said, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder, "you are descended from a long line of Ethiopian merfolk. It is in your blood to feel the call of the ocean, to be connected to its mysteries." Zahara's heart raced with excitement and a touch of fear. "But what does this mean for me, Grandma? What am I supposed to do?" Elias smiled gently, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "That, my dear, is something you must discover for yourself. But remember, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always be here to guide you." That night, a fierce storm swept through the village of Abydos, its howling winds and crashing waves echoing the turmoil in Zahara's heart. Unable to sleep, she found herself drawn to the raging sea, its dark waters calling out to her like a siren's song. Zahara, what are you doing out here? Alem's voice broke through the roar of the storm, his figure appearing beside her in the darkness. I don't know, Alem, Zahara replied, her voice barely audible over the fury of the wind and waves. I just feel like I have to be here, like something's pulling me towards the ocean. Alem took Zahara's hand, his touch a comforting anchor in the midst of the storm. Whatever it is, we'll face it together, Zahara, I promise, Alem said. With Alem by her side, Zahara steps closer to the water's edge, the salty spray stinging her skin as she gazed out into the tempestuous sea. And then, as if in a trance, she felt herself being drawn beneath the surface, the cold embrace of the ocean enveloping her in its embrace. As Zahara submerged deeper into the depths, her body began to change, her legs merging into a shimmering tail, her lungs filling with water as easily as air. With wide eyes filled with wonder and fear, she realized that she had become one with the sea, a true mermaid of the Ethiopian waters. As Zahara emerged from the depths of the ocean, her body now transformed into that of a mermaid. She felt a surge of both exhilaration and uncertainty coursing through her. Alem, look, Zahara exclaimed, her voice echoing through the underwater realm. I am a mermaid. Alem's eyes widened in astonishment as he took in Zahara's new form, his hand reaching out to touch the shimmering scales of her tail. Wow, Zahara, this is incredible, but what does this mean for you? Zahara gazed into Alem's eyes, her heart heavy with the weight of the unknown. I'm not sure, Alem, but I know that I have to find out. I have to discover who I am and what my purpose is in this underwater world. With a sense of purpose burning bright within her, Zahara knew she needed to seek guidance from her wise grandmother Elias. Together with Alem, she swam towards Elias' hut, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Grandma Elias, Zahara called out as they approached, her voice carrying through the underwater currents. We need your help. Elias emerged from her hut, her eyes filled with both concern and pride as she beheld Zahara's transformed state. My dear Zahara, I knew this day would come. Come inside, both of you, and let us talk. As they settled inside Elias' humble abode, Zahara poured out her heart, sharing her fears and uncertainties about her newfound identity as a mermaid. Zahara, Elias began, her voice steady and reassuring. You are not alone in this journey. You have the strength and resilience within you to face whatever challenges may come your way. Alem nodded in agreement, his support unwavering. We are here for you, Zahara, every step of the way. As the villagers began to avoid Zahara, whispers of fear and suspicion filled the air. But Zahara's friend, Alem, and her grandmother, Elias, remained steadfast by her side, offering their unwavering support and encouragement. As news of Zahara's identity as a mermaid spread throughout the village, the once friendly faces Zahara had known all her life now turned away from her, their eyes filled with fear and suspicion. No longer were they eager to chat with her by the shore or share laughter over a meal. Instead, they whispered behind her back, casting worried glances in her direction. One day, as Zahara walked through the village square, she overheard a group of children giggling and pointing in her direction. Look, it's the mermaid girl, one of them exclaimed, causing the others to burst into laughter. Zahara's heart sank as she hurried away, tears pricking at the corners of her eyes. Feeling isolated and alone, Zahara sought solace in the comforting embrace of her friend Alem and her grandmother Elias. They listened patiently as she poured out her heart, her voice trembling with hurt and frustration. Why do they treat me like this, Alem? Zahara cried, her tears flowing freely now. I didn't ask to be a mermaid. I just want to be accepted for who I am. Alem wrapped his arms around Zahara, offering her a reassuring hug. I know, Zahara, he said softly, but remember, true friends will always stand by you no matter what. Elias nodded in agreement, her wise eyes filled with empathy. You are a gift to our village, Zahara, and don't you ever forget that, she said, her voice gentle but firm. We may be few in number, but we will always be here for you through thick and thin. With the unwavering support of her friend and her grandmother, Zahara found the strength to wipe away her tears and face the challenges ahead with courage and resilience. And though the road ahead would be difficult, she knew that as long as she had Alem and Elias by her side, she would never truly be alone. One morning, as the sun rose over the horizon, the sea level began to rise ominously, lightning flashed angrily across the sky, and thunder roared with a terrifying intensity. It was clear that something was terribly wrong. Suddenly, a massive wave crashed onto the shore, sending the waters of the sea sweeping through the village, flooding homes and threatening to swallow everything in its path. Amidst the chaos, a white seer emerged from the crowd, her eyes shining with insight. A strange being is behind the disaster, she declared, her voice ringing out above the tumult. Someone must explore the seas to uncover its identity and put a stop to its destructive rampage, or the entire village will be lost beneath the waves. The village head approached Zahara, his expression filled with regret. Zahara, I apologize for how you have been treated, he said, his voice heavy with guilt. We need your help now more than ever. Will you and your friend embark on this expedition to save our village? Zahara glanced at Alem and Elias, her heart swelling with determination. We will do whatever it takes to protect our home, she replied firmly, her eyes blazing with resolve. Alem nodded in agreement, his voice filled with conviction. We will find out who's behind this and we will stop them no matter what. With their resolve strengthened by Elias' guidance, Zahara and Alem embarked on their underwater journey, braving the unknown depths of the Ethiopian Sea. As they swam through the vibrant coral reefs and mysterious underwater caves, they encountered all manner of creatures, from colorful fish to graceful sea turtles. Look, Zahara, Alem exclaimed, pointing to a school of shimmering fish darting through the crystal clear waters. Isn't this amazing? Zahara's heart swelled with wonder as she gazed at the breathtaking beauty surrounding them. It's more than amazing, Alem. It's like we've entered a whole new world. But their journey was not without its challenges. They encountered treacherous currents that threatened to sweep them away, and fierce sea creatures that tested their courage and quick thinking. As they faced each obstacle together, Zahara and Alem grew closer, their bond strengthening with every adventure they shared. We make a great team, don't we, Zahara? Alem said, flashing her a grin as they emerged victorious from their latest trial. Zahara smiled back, her heart filled with gratitude for her loyal friend. We do, Alem, and I wouldn't want to explore this underwater world with anyone else by my side. However, as Zahara and Alem journeyed deeper into the ocean, they encountered a dark shadow looming over the underwater realm. It was a fierce sea serpent, its scales gleaming with an ominous light as it blocked their path. Zahara's heart raced with fear, but she knew they couldn't turn back now. We have to find a way past it, Alem, she said, her voice trembling slightly. Alem nodded bravely, his eyes fixed on the serpent ahead. We can do this, Zahara, together. With cautious strokes, they approached the serpent, their minds racing with thoughts of how to overcome this formidable obstacle. Who dared to trespass in my domain? The serpent hissed, his voice echoing through the underwater cavern. Zahara swam forward, her chin held high despite the fear gnawing at her inside. We mean no harm, great serpent. We only seek passage through these waters. The serpent's eyes narrowed, his gaze piercing as he studied Zahara and Alem. You are different from the others, it said slowly, as if considering their request. Very well, you may pass, but beware, for the depths hold many secrets, and not all are as welcoming as I. With a flick of his tail, the serpent slithered away, leaving Zahara and Alem to continue their journey with a newfound sense of determination. We did it, Zahara, Alem exclaimed, relief evident in his voice. Zahara smiled, gratitude swelling in her heart for their narrow escape. Yes, Alem, and now we must press on. There is still so much left to discover. As Zahara and Alem ventured further into the depths of the ocean, they stumbled upon a hidden grotto, adorned with shimmering crystals that illuminated the cavern with an otherworldly glow. But their awe was short-lived as they discovered the source of the disturbance plaguing the village, a malevolent sea spirit lurking within the shadows. Zahara's breath caught in her throat as she beheld the spirit's menacing form, its eyes gleaming with malice. We have to stop it, Alem, she whispered urgently, her voice barely audible above the rhythmic pulse of the ocean. Alem nodded solemnly, his determination matching Zahara's own. We can't let it harm our village or our people, he agreed, his eyes fixed on the spirit's swelling silhouette. Summoning their courage, Zahara and Alem confronted the sea spirit, their hearts pounding with fear but also with a fierce determination to protect their home. You have brought chaos and destruction to our village, Zahara declared, her voice ringing out with authority. But we will not let you harm us any longer. We stand together against you. The sea spirit's laughter echoed through the grotto, a chilling sound that sent shivers down Zahara's spine. "You are but mortals," he sneered, his voice dripping with contempt. "What hope do you have against the might of the ocean?" But Zahara refused to back down, her resolve unwavering. "We may be mortal, but we are also strong and resilient," she countered, her voice steady despite the fear gnawing at her inside. "And with the power of friendship and love on our side, we can overcome any challenge." With a defiant cry, Zahara and Alem unleashed their combined strengths, channeling their energy of the ocean itself to banish the sea spirit from the village forever. As the spirit faded into the darkness, defeated by the power of their unity, Zahara and Alem knew that they had saved their home and their people from destruction. "We did it, Zahara," Alem said, relief and pride shining in his eyes. Zahara smiled, a sense of peace settling over her as she gazed out at the tranquil waters of the ocean. "Yes, Alem, and as long as we stand together, there's nothing we can't overcome." With the malevolent sea spirit banished and peace restored to their village, Zahara and Alem returned triumphantly to Abadir, their hearts light with relief and joy. As they emerged from the ocean, they were greeted by the villagers, who cheered and applauded their bravery. Zahara's grandmother Elias stood at the forefront of the crowd, her eyes shining with pride. "My dear Zahara," Elias said, her voice filled with warmth, "you have proven yourself to be a true hero, both on land and in the sea." Zahara beamed with pride, her heart swelling with gratitude for the love and support of her village. "I couldn't have done it without the help of my friends and family," she replied, her voice echoing with sincerity. The villagers gathered around Zahara and Alem, eager to hear their tales of adventure and triumph. As they listened with rapt attention, Zahara felt a sense of belonging wash over her, knowing that she was surrounded by people who loved and accepted her for who she truly was. And so, with the sea sparkling in the distance and the sun settling on the horizon, Zahara and Alem celebrated their victory, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would always have each other and the unwavering support of their village. For in the end, it was not just Zahara's courage that saved the day, but the bonds of friendship and love that united them all, proving that together they could overcome even the greatest of obstacles. In the days that followed, Zahara and Alem worked tirelessly to heal the ocean and restore balance to their underwater world. With the help of the villagers, they cleaned up the shores, removed pollutants, and replanted coral reefs, their actions guided by a deep respect and love for the ocean. As they walked side by side, Zahara and Alem forged bonds with the sea creatures they encountered, learning from them and teaching them how to live in harmony with their environment. "It's amazing to see how much we can accomplish when we work together," Alem remarked, his hands busy planting new coral fragments in the seabed. Zahara nodded in agreement, a smile playing on her lips. "Yes, Alem, and it's not just about saving the ocean, it's about protecting our home and the creatures that call it home." With each passing day, the ocean began to heal, its waters becoming clearer, its shores more vibrant with life. And as the village of Abadir flourished once again, Zahara and Alem knew that their journey was far from over. "We may have saved our village, but there's still so much more to be done," Zahara said, her eyes shining with determination. Alem nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "Yes, Zahara, and together we will continue to protect and cherish this beautiful world that we call home." And so, with the spirit of unity and hope guiding them, Zahara, Alem, and the villagers of Abadir embarked on a new chapter in their lives, their hearts filled with the promise of a brighter future for themselves and for the ocean that had become their home. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video as we continue to bring more intriguing stories to you on Mysterious Tales TV.